You're listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and we are covering WWE Monday Night Raw from April 15th, 2024. We are 2 weeks past WrestleMania. We are on the road to Backlash live in France. And to kick off this episode of Raw live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the World Women's Champion Rhea Ripley comes out. Rhea says, so obviously you know what's going on after the attack last week by Liv Morgan. I've been told that I need to vacate the one thing that means the most to me. This title means the most to me, and this is why it's so painful. And then Rhea Ripley drops the belt. Rhea says, I could have had respect for you, Liv Morgan, but you blindsided me like a coward. This is a warning for whoever has this title. I'm coming for blood. Liv Morgan then comes out with guards trying to stop her, but they fend her off, and Rhea Ripley attacks the guard. I'm very sad that this is the end of Rhea Ripley's championship reign. She's held the title for a long time, over 300 days. She's been a great champion, defended it every chance she had, and uh, this is a crazy, crazy, crazy situation that's happening here. But I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. We found out that next week on Raw we're gonna find the new world's women's champion. But again, I'm upset. Rhea should be out for like 3 months, but it's upsetting to see her have a great match at WrestleMania against Becky Lynch and then to have her drop the title. But I do like Liv Morgan. A lot of people are hating on her, but accidents happen. People are forgetting that Rhea Ripley actually injured Liv last year. So, I mean, not saying eye for an eye, but accidents do happen. Judgment Day then hug Rhea Ripley backstage. Damian Priest tell her they love her. She says to keep the Judgment Day on top. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we have our first match of the night. Ivar taking on a returning Sheamus. And this is a great match back and forth, but most people were talking about Sheamus's weight. I didn't notice until later on when I saw pictures, but no one should judge anybody based on their weight. Sheamus is still in great shape, killing it. He doesn't look in great, phenomenal shape, but better than me and better than most of the people talking shit. So, but a good match from these two. Sheamus lands a kneecap to Ivar and hits a bro kick to get the win. What I thought was very cool about this match was I was live tweeting during it, and Ivar actually liked my tweet. So shout out to Ivar. He did great in this match. But Sheamus was the one to prevail, obviously, over Ivar. Next, Triple H comes out, and Triple H says, it's hard to believe WrestleMania was 8 days ago. A whole new era has started. And that's when Adam Pearce calls out Awesome Truth. Triple H says, in the biggest tag match in history, you two made history. R-Truth, seeing you get that moment was awesome. If you're going to represent the tag championships, you need them to represent a new era. You will be the world tag team champions and will be wearing these. And Triple H shows off these new title belts that kind of look like the world championship, but they have it says world tag titles in red. I think they're awesome. They look better than the old titles. I think it's great that they're calling them the world tag titles instead of Raw. It's cool. I like it. Triple H shows off the new belt, and R-Truth says that Triple H looks like a magician. He made the titles appear out of oxygen. Miz says he's not a magician. R-Truth says everyone used to see little Jimmy until magician ruined it. He says you're a crafty magician, Champa. That ain't Triple H. Miz speaks French, and then Triple H gives him the new belts and leaves. And we find out that Adam Pearce is gonna have a number one contendership match up next. So good tag, good promo there. I'm not a big. I'm kind of over R-Truth being stupid, but this was funny where he thought he was Champa and he did call him a magician. That was silly, and I like that. But the new belts look great. But during this match, we get a weird QR code while New Day walk out. It is followed by this thing that says "You will remember us." It's creepy. I got creeped out by it. Ant was with me, so that made me feel better at the time. But it was pretty creepy seeing it. I think we're gonna get some signs of Uncle Howdy or some kind of signs of the Wyatt family. I'm excited for that. And I just heard a beep and I got scared. But anyways, we have DIY taking on the Creed brothers and the New Day. And after Xavier Woods hits a flying elbow to um to one of the Creed brothers. DIY hit Xavier Woods with Meat in the Middle, and DIY are the number one contenders to take on Awesome Truth. So that is definitely going to be something to see. I'm excited to see DIY get a tag team title shot against Awesome Truth. Next up, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell defeat Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree after after Indy cheats to win. Candice lays Indy attacks Maxine and lays Candice on top of her, and Candice is happy that Indy has turned sort of heel. So I'm excited to see that. Damian Priest tells Finn Balor not to worry about the tag titles and to focus on beating Jey Uso. I have a feeling we're going to see Damian Priest and Finn Balor down the line sooner rather than later. Next, we have Andrade defeating Dominic Mysterio with JD McDonough after Andrade nails the message. This is a good Lucha Libre match. Afterwards, though, Judgment Day and Dominic attack Andrade until Ricochet comes out and makes the save for Andrade. I'm excited to see that. Jey Uso is backstage and he's getting interviewed about the attack on his brother Jimmy, and he says, "I told Jimmy to come with me," and that's all he really says about that. Next up, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green defeat Kaden Carter and Katana Chance after a flying crossbody. Nothing really special there. Liv Morgan is interviewed backstage. Liv says, "I'm not the bad guy. She put me on the shelf for 8 months. This is karma. This is just the beginning of the Liv Morgan revenge tour. Watch me." I like this promo. She's telling the truth. Rhea did really injure her, and I'm excited to see Liv's tour. Next up, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody says, "Adam Pearce has allowed me on Raw, even though I'm a SmackDown wrestler. At Backlash, I'll either fight LA Knight or AJ Styles. I want to thank Seth Rollins." He then talks about Tama Tonga and introduces Jey Uso. Jey comes out. Cody says, "You helped me finish the story. I love to have your back like you have mine." Jey says, "I appreciate it, but I gotta do it on my own." So Jey Uso is taking on Finn Balor, but before that match happens, we see Nia Jax backstage, and she says the title is hers. Jey Uso gets a win in a good match over Finn Balor after nailing a spear and an Uso splash. Good match here. Next up, Bronson Reed tells Chad Gable backstage that the winner of his title match against Sami Zayn up next will fight him. And we've made it to our main event, Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. This was an amazing match, back and forth action. They went from reversal after reversal. Chad lands a release German into the ring post. Ankle lock is applied. Sami lands a second exploder into the post and a haluva kick, and Sami defeats Chad. After Chad raises Sami's arm, Sami then hugs his wife, but then Chad Gable out of nowhere hits Sami with a German suplex on the floor. He tosses Sami onto the announce table, rams Sami into the post, and applies an ankle lock over the ring post. Chad Gable totally destroys and betrays Sami Zayn in Sami Zayn's hometown. Chad is obviously upset that he has not been able to accomplish that one goal he has of capturing the Intercontinental title. But this was an amazing match, an amazing aftermatch. I have a feeling they'll fight at Backlash. That will be a great match. I'm excited for next week. I will be dropping our SmackDown recap on Monday, and look forward to the new Attitude Years. And also dropping later on is our Throwback Thursday, our first episode. I'll be covering the top 3 moments from SmackDown and Raw, giving you guys an idea of a match to watch that I'm really excited about this week, and a lot more fun and entertaining stuff. So check that out. That'll be dropping today. But until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.